So, as it turns out, um, I had to travel a bit to get everything working. So I had to go to Mars to buy a new headset.
Hmm.
So on my way back home, I live right about here.
Okay. Jay, turn on your lights. You're looking like OJ Simpson mugshot. Now it looks like you're from Wakanda. What are you wearing, dude? That looks like a very like African
It
royalty
is an
outfit.
African. It is an African shirt.
See, I can tell from just the neckline.
Joe bought it.
The
Joe, but
regal
what do you mean
shit.
you could tell from the neckline?
It looks regal as shit. It looks like you have a lion over your shoulder and shit.
Yeah, it is a line over my shoulder.
From
That's right. That's how I come up on here. I don't
from
know. You know,
what do you call that show? Coming to America. What Jaffa or James Earl Jones's character will.
yep, yep. But it won't be 100 men versus one gorilla for me. You know what I'm saying? I'll
Yo,
just
that gorilla's gonna take all of those dudes out. Okay, that's no competition.
Um, I disagree.
100 men versus one gorilla.
Yeah.
As long as the gorilla knew what the hell happened, because
remember.
the gorilla could be
Remember,
like,
it's
"What the
a
fuck?"
hundred.
You
It's
see,
a
it's
hundred.
100 men
It's
against
a
one
hundred men.
gorilla, but I didn't
No
hear
weapons.
I didn't hear you say anything about weapons.
Yeah,
No
there's no
weapons.
weapons.
No
There's
weapons.
no weapons. That's
I
cheating.
mean,
That's cheating shit.
I
Let me,
mean,
no, you didn't say that before. Okay, good. So 100 men against one gorilla.
Mhm.
yep.
Y'all tried to say that the 100 men aren't smart enough to outsmart this one gorilla.
What? The
It
one
says
good
no.
jump on the neck
It
to put
says
them to
no
sleep.
weapon. It says no weapons.
Hmm.
Yes, but your
There's no food.
brain is all you need.
Hmm.
I believe that 100 men would be able. Okay, sorry. If 100 men not from Florida will will win the battle.
Whoa, we got Florida bias on here, man. We might
And
have
the
some
thing is,
Florida
he
fans.
lived in Florida. Other than three of us, he lived in Florida the longest.
This is why I know that
The way I
100
would
men
look at it is like
not from
this.
Florida.
You know how Mike Tyson says everybody got a plan till they get punched in the
Until
face.
they get punched in the
Yeah.
face. Exactly.
When the gorilla does that first slap in the first 10 men, you gotta
Exactly.
go.
That's exactly my train of thought.
And if you see the wrong thing, if you see a leg going the wrong way that it doesn't supposed to go, or an arm going too far, you know.
hmm
But yeah,
I have
just
a
That's
question.
literally
So
my
here's the
thought. That
important
was my
question:
argument.
are rocks and booby traps allowed?
No.
no, there's no weapons. So if
Yeah,
we
but
were make
okay. We don't have an actual weapon, right? But you can't tell me if I see that girl over there, I might be like, okay, I'm going to get that MF. And then I'm going to walk off. I'm going to start whittling sticks, making booby dig a hole, lead the thing over to
so
a booby trap.
so let's think about it like if it's arena style. So arena style, gladiator style,
Like in the Coliseum. Yeah.
like
But
in the
you see,
Coliseum.
by the time man 999 die, you see man 100 come off the top ropes.
What?
I do agree. We will see a rest.
999 to 100? What
We'll
is
see a
this?
we'll see a wrestler slash Spider Man person. Because you know who would be the greatest Spider Man? Me. I would be scared. First
I got someone coming
90. I
by.
would need all 90 to rush up there so I could climb. You know? You remember a few years ago there was a
Mhm.
an inmate that climbed up the stairs backwards to escape the prison.
Yeah,
He
to
climbed
make
up
it
the
on
wall
the
backwards.
camera.
Sorry, not stairs.
He
Exactly.
walked backwards
Yeah,
to
so
get out
it
of
looked
prison.
like the
So,
recording was done in reverse. Yeah.
Yeah, he walked straight up there like nothing happened. And you know how much focus? See, now if they told me a
was this
hundred prisoners,
Florida?
he wasn't in Florida. I think he was in Pennsylvania, if I'm not mistaken. Now, if you told me 100 prisoners
Mhm.
beat a gorilla, that would work. 100, you know, cause you know how much focus? They
Okay,
would be
so
like Einstein. They'd be like,
exactly.
take 55 minutes to look at the problem and 5 minutes for the solution. and they'd be like, "We got the solution right now," because that's a place that should have no weapons, and they always find a way. Everything's a weapon. They're like Jason Bourne
Exactly.
in there.
Exactly. I agree. Especially if it's not a Florida prison.
Oh my God! Please don't go to Florida anytime soon, because I could see this. We put this online. Who was that guy that hated Florida? Please don't remember my face as the guy who
I
said
know. I don't know if the recording will show which direction my finger is pointing.
But you're
I'm
pointing at
pointing at
Jay
real
Morton right
Oracle.
now.
Real
You're
Oracle.
pointing. You're pointing.
That's real.
You say real Oracle. Just so you know, our three names are written at the bottom of
I
the
don't. I don't. I'm not
Oh,
giving out any government names.
you know what's funny? We should work on that. But I didn't realize that either. I didn't realize that either. Like, yo, the names are, I think there's a way to blot them out, but I didn't realize that.
Yeah, there should
It's
be a
funny.
way.
It's like, just so you know, our real names are there.
So yeah, some photoshopping might be necessary.
You could put something in
It'd
MailChimp
be
or
really
something like that.
funny if we all doxed
Yeah, because
ourselves.
can you imagine it? Can you imagine if you said, yo, real Oracle, J, whatever in SS, and everybody's like, huh? I know your name. I know exactly where to find you.
Why are you using code names?
Why are you using code names and your name is right there? It's
Mhm.
like
Exactly.
it's like when the fog from the witness protection fails. What you mean I was
Yeah, the witness protection fog is here, and you're like, you had to see
hey,
what
we got a technical glitch. We got a technical glitch. Just tell them, hey, how you doing?
the person like, did you see what he said?
Yo,
I
man.
told you I told you to wait for the blip.
Mhm. All right. So what's the topic for today?
We have a bunch of topics.
I think that was the topic. We
That was
just
one
started
the
it.
the
Wait,
100
wait.
man
A
versus
hundred
one
men
girl
against
was one
one gorilla?
topic. Yeah.
I find
Um.
that's not fair to the gorilla. I think it should
Exactly.
be a
That's
hundred
exactly. That's
gorillas
stupid. They
against
gotta
one
stop
man.
doing that crap, man. Stop making poor animals go into the animal minding his own
I
business.
vote.
All of
I
a sudden,
vote. I
100
vote.
dudes show up to go fight that girl. Like, what the fuck?
I vote for 100 gorillas against one man.
Yo.
There was a strong man the other day that said he think two of him at his prime. And I was like, but you still
Hmm.
have human flesh.
Hmm.
One is bite. You can't even bite a gorilla. Can you imagine that?
Hmm.
You can't
Yeah.
even bite through the skin. Your teeth probably broke out. Boop, click.
You never know. Maybe he spent a lot of time in sun booth and tanning booths too. Got a leathery skin just like the gorilla.
Oh, shoot. Oh, what? That's interesting.
No.
All right. So now that we've settled that the gorilla will beat the 100 men um, from Florida, the what's the next topic?
So one of the things I sent out of the text in the text this week was I watched some National Lampoon's Loaded Weapon 1 this week. And that's one of those movies like Naked Gun and Hot
Mm,
Shots and shit, which I watched both of those the week before. And one of the
mm.
things that came up in the movie was piranhas. I was like, shit, I remember when piranhas was a big deal. And like piranhas would just go around the world killing people and shit like that. I was like, yo, there's a lot of
I
weird
remember
shit
there's a
in the
movie called Piranhas.
there's a bunch of
Yeah,
them. Piranhas,
there's
Piranhas
more.
2, Piranhas 3D. There's a bunch of them.
Piranhas 3D was the last one I remember.
Yeah.
Piranhas 3.
That
What?
had
The fishes come swimming up to you
Yeah,
like it's gonna
in
eat you?
3D. And they were in a
yeah.
pool, they were in a water park and all sorts of shit like that. But then I was like, yo, in the 80s and the 90s, they had a lot of shit that was going to kill everybody. And it's like, where the hell all the things went like quicksand and whirlpools and toxic waste? I was like, yo, I remember all of that shit was a big,
To
big,
be to
big
be clear,
deal.
to be clear, the toxic waste thing still a thing, but like the rest, yeah, the
And then
rest.
and the other big one was the Bermuda Triangle. I remember that. I was like,
I
shit.
remember, I
But that
remember
was like,
because it was kind of messed up because like we were kind of on the corner of the
yeah,
Bermuda
that's when it
Triangle
hit me.
growing
Like
up.
when I was young, I was like, wait a minute, I just fly through
How
the
come we
Bermuda
never
Triangle
disappeared?
every time I go to Florida or New York. So like nothing ever happened. I was like, people fly every
It's
day.
like
So this is bullshit. And that's the same thing I thought as a kid. I was like, this is bullshit.
so Jay Morte, have you ever worried about being caught in the Bermuda Triangle?
No, I actually want to go into one of these warp things, but come back. I
Oh,
got to
I
come
was
back.
I
But
I'm
I
like,
actually
what?
want to. I
think
would actually like to go into a vortex. 'Cause I spent a lot of time watching these ancient aliens and Zone Unknown, Unexplained, and I like that type of stuff. I
Mhm.
think it's a little suspect sometimes that the aliens only come to certain places, but
They're racist.
I
hey, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that when I be watching that, I be like, yo, this is the first sign of my conspiracy theory. Because they never come down, because they need to come down to me. I'd give them a good talking to. I'm like, yo, first of all, we're not doing no probes. We're not doing no probes. Second, if you intelligent, what you trying to do down here? You
Here's
need
the
to go
thing.
somewhere else.
Here's the thing. Here's the thing.
Yeah.
You might think, hey, I'm going to level with them, tell them no probes. Tell me something. When someone kidnap you, do they go like, hey, what kind of seating would you like? Would you like a refreshing cooler? No, they put a bag over your head. And you can scream all you want. They don't care. They probably won't even understand what you're screaming what your screaming means. And then from there they go straight into probing things.
Yeah.
You
But
know,
I was looking forward to
do you think all the other people that were abducting were like, you know what? They'll probe me, so what? No, all of them were begging not to be probed.
well, according to them, they were all paralyzed. They couldn't do nothing. But regardless of the fact, I still think Bermuda Triangle, back to Bermuda Triangle. I just like the mystique of it. It could
Okay.
just be a big magnet that screwed everybody up, but
I love the mystique of it, but that was back in the day. Now I'm just like, there's nothing happening. Nothing at all. There's still
I
crazy
think
shit that happens, like the big flame. This was like 2 years ago, 3 years ago. Like the ocean was on fire, and they were like, they're covering it up and all sorts of
it
shit.
almost looks like the ocean is on fire behind you.
You damn
yeah.
right. Then there's the big there's a thing with on weather apps. Like there's this big blob that comes out of Antarctica on the weather apps. No one knows what the hell it is, so shit like that keeps happening. But it
There's a
it
blob
it's
coming
like it
out of
doesn't make it
Antarctica.
to like the national news anymore. So it's like
There's a
yeah,
blob coming out of Antarctica.
yeah, yeah. It happens on like
Is it
weather
similar
radars.
to
Like
the
it's
blob?
massive.
Is it similar to the blob on the movie The Blob?
Yes, at the end when the blob was like really really big, that's how it looks. Um, it looks like that shit. Um,
Do you remember that movie? This may be telling people exactly how old I am.
mhm,
For those of you who don't know, I'm 400.
mhm.
Um, are you
Why
showing
did we
us a
all get
picture of the
silent all at
blob?
once?
Well, I
No,
saw him working on something. I thought he was
yeah,
going to
I
show
was
me a
gonna
picture
try
of
to
the
see if
blob.
I could pull up the radar thing.
And now you have to actually hold the radar thing up in front of the screen.
Yeah, I found
It's
it.
important for content.
Boom, 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 boom.
But, the blob, the Bigfoot, the crop circles.
The Bigfoot, uh, wait, you guys haven't seen the Bigfoot?
Yeah, Bigfoot's making a comeback all the time.
I'll tell you one thing, he lives really long.
Hmm.
I'm
Could just
assuming
be
it's
him
just
and his
one
family as
Bigfoot
well.
because everyone always finds just one.
I
There
remember
isn't like a
seeing
there aren't like a community of Bigfoots out there.
I remember seeing like people said that they saw them with the family and stuff like that.
Bigfoot got
Sharon,
kids?
yeah.
Well,
So for next time, um, we can
I,
remove the display setting in
Yeah.
recording and it removes the name.
Can you guys see this?
Yep.
Yep.
All right, see this blob right here where my mouse is?
Hmm.
That shit comes out of Antarctica, it comes out from down here, and it just keeps going slowly north. This big blob. No one knows what the hell it is.
Well, right now it's right at the tip of Africa. So, I mean,
Yeah, but
we
that
do
was
have
from a
planes.
this video is from a year ago, but it just randomly appears and then it disappears again.
What I'm saying is you don't have to travel very far to like go look at it.
Yeah. But yeah, no, that's
Well,
one of
why
the
would you
weird
want to? Why
things.
would you want to look at that? That reminds me of the thing on the creep show. You remember that thing? It was like a blob in
Yes,
the lake.
in the lake. Of course, I think about that. I
But
rarely think about that at least once a month. At
hold
least.
on, hold on. So we take the time out to fly into hurricanes to
Mhm.
take measurements, but we wouldn't fly into the blob.
That's what I'm saying. No one cares enough to even look up like what the fuck is
Because
that?
nobody wants to tell you that's nuclear waste, and that's
That's slowly making its way up towards the west of Africa. I feel
Mhm.
like some people wouldn't mind.
Yeah, but
I'm
stuff like
gonna
that
say
happens
if it
randomly.
blew to the left, if it blew to the left, it blew up to the United, then they'd be
They're
like,
going
oh,
straight to New York. Yeah, if it's heading towards New York, they'd be like, fly a
head to
plane
it heads
in.
to West Africa. We're taking a stick and we're just pushing it. Go to space. You know how we guide the raft? We guide the raft. They said we don't even bother with this.
I like the idea. By the way, um, Mr. SSJ5 Kalo, you have some topics here that we need to cover. Let me see if I can find the one that I wanted
We
to
got like 10
cover.
minutes.
Yeah.
Oh, well, we can't talk about the topic in 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Okay.
As you know, I just get straight to the point. I say it, then I'm done. I don't have nothing else to say. So yes, bring it.
So I was curious about this one that says some games like top five, and
Yeah.
who can name the most things like in a bathroom.
I'm pointing down at Jay's. The top the who can name the most things is a game that Jay played at work, where it's like you remember that old game show, Name That Tune? Like I could
Hmm.
name this song in one note, blah blah blah. But JU's game was the opposite of that. Like I could name 10 things in a bathroom, and then you would say I could name 11 things in a bathroom. Stuff like that. Like, that was an example of the game that Jay played at work. And then my top five thing was we could name like the top five any topic, any item, any category that you want that you like, and you can just bring it up.
Mm.
So the one
Oh,
that I
okay.
brought up
I
was
got it.
games because we
Okay,
all have like
because I
different
was
tastes in games and stuff. So
I was very confused about the bathroom thing, to be
that
perfectly
was an example that
honest. I
Jay
was
gave.
like,
That
I'm
was an
imagining
example that
you.
Jay gave because I think he
I,
said, if I'm not mistaken, someone at his job
yeah,
said that they
yeah,
could name 35 things in a bathroom. And I literally went to the bathroom, was like, this is what? This is I was like, I don't have 35 things in my bathroom, so how the
I
fuck did they
was
name 35 things?
I was getting a little worried. I was wondering what kind of stuff y'all do in the bathroom, but okay, now this all makes sense. Also, you look blurry. Lean
That's
forward.
I was talking with Jay about that last week. Like my camera is it's supposed to be HD. It's just not as HD
You
as
sure you
Jay's
don't?
camera.
You sure you didn't like put like Vaseline and like smudge it?
And then I have a real 4K camera as well, and it just doesn't work. But I can connect it to my phone or my laptop and switch to those cameras. But then I'll be on an angle, and I'm like I don't want to be on a damn angle and stuff. So I'm like this camera is fine enough. So
You prefer looking blurred?
yeah, I was like I'm
I'll be
fine
like,
being
I'll
blurry.
be like, yo, the soft camera, catch me right here. Catch me on my good side. Don't catch me on my blind side. Don't catch me on my blind side. Catch me on my ball side.
See, I have a bunch of cameras. I mean, I can just keep switching cameras. But
But then, if you have a bunch of cameras there that you can switch between, why don't you just move one of the good ones to the place where the one you're using now is?
He
my
has an excellent
phone
one, but to
This
figure out how to
phone
work.
should be able to pick up. Every time I switch to it, it just goes blank. I don't know why it's not connected with
It's
Zoom.
because you have too much faith in Crapple.
How do you think I
Oops, did I
got
say
these
that out
invites
loud?
sent out?
Did I
These
say that out
invites
loud?
were sent out because everything is on the same ecosystem. So I just have to start it here and just send it out from my phone. I don't have to worry about going and sharing and this and that. Just send it out, man.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I almost started the Crapple debate. Okay,
Hmm.
let's talk.
Oh,
Let's
I don't
finish
care about
talking
that at
about
all. I
five
don't care about that at all.
five
So
things that I can name in the bathroom.
Jay has the
Toothbrush,
advantage because
toilet
Jay was in
paper.
the meeting
No,
that the person named 35.
wait,
No, we don't have to use that one. We can use something else.
wait, hold on. Did he actually name 35 of whatever it was he was naming?
Yes, the person did name 35
What was he naming 35 of?
items in the bathroom.
Yeah, I could name 35 things in the bathroom if I'm standing in the bathroom.
My bathroom does not have 35 things in
No,
Okay,
but Ray has one.
okay, fine. I can name 35 things in the bathroom as
All
long as
right,
it's
can you
not
name? I'll give you one.
halals.
I'll give you one. Can you name 35 superheroes
it. Hell yeah.
Okay, challenge on. Khalil,
in 2 minutes? Put the
name
2 minute
that
timer.
tune.
Wait, you want me to name it? I could just start marking one, two, three. Wait,
Okay,
y'all want me to name it?
35, go.
35 superheroes.
All right, starting with the man himself,
Start
Superman.
timer. Start two
Flash.
minute timer.
Let me know when to start, G. I going down the line as
Start.
fast as possible.
Start
Start.
on three, two,
Start.
one, go.
Superman, Flash, Batman, Wonder Woman, Robin, Aquaman, that metal guy. I'll go Metallo. But I was talking about Cyborg,
Hmm.
Kid Flash, Quicksilver. Shit, I went to Marvel. Fuck Marvel for a second. I'm coming right back. um, um, Red Tornado. Um, um,
You better
my
switch over to Marvel.
my mind is so blank.
You better start switching over to
Oh,
Marvel.
okay. Starfire, Beast Boy. Um, who's in Teen Titans again? all the Bat family.
Raven,
So Batgirl,
Raven,
Oracle. Well, Batgirl, Oracle is the same person. My bad. um,
Raven.
Mr. Terrific. Yes, Raven. Stop giving me cues. That's already 20. I'm at 20. Shit. Um. Oh. Constantine. Um. Um.
Is he really a
Um.
superhero?
Yes, Constantine is a superhero. Let's go.
You
Oh,
know,
That's
you
like
know,
calling
Zatanna.
Daredevil. That's like
Did I
calling
say Wonder
Daredevil a
Woman?
superhero.
Did I say Wonder Woman already? I think I did.
Mhm.
Um, who does beat up Wonder Woman? I don't want to use Cheetah. Let's go
I said
villains.
no. I
Catwoman,
said
That's a
Joker.
I
villain.
said
Those are villains. We said
superheroes.
superheroes. We said superheroes. Stop
Okay.
naming villains.
Um, Rorschach. What's the blue guy name
Again,
again?
questionable superhero.
I forget the blue guy name.
Manhattan.
Who does live on the moon? Nas
Dr.
by himself.
Manhattan.
um,
Dr.
uh,
Manhattan.
yes, Doctor Manhattan. Thank you.
The
No. Oh, the
Owl.
Lanterns. Green Lantern, Hal Jordan, John Stewart, Hal Jordan, Martian
Hey!
Manhunter, that's John Smith.
That's it. You're done.
I'm at third. I thought I was at 31. I wrote I am 31.
No, okay.
So then name four more. Come on, get to it.
All right.
The Man Manium, a
I say
Marvel one, yeah.
I named Flash. I didn't did I say Kid Flash? Did I Inertia?
Mm-hmm.
Um
Wait, Inertia is
oh
a
oh
good guy?
Carol, that's Supergirl. I could go with John, that's Superboy. Um,
Jon Snow.
nobody knows Jon Snow.
John, what?
Um, his name is John Kent, Jonathan Kent. Um, I could name one more. I
You're
already said
waiting.
Mr. Terrific because he's gonna be the new Superman movie, and who else going to be in it? I know those lanterns. Oh, Hawkman. That's 35,
All right. He
Yeah, but
named
you
and
said
that was Jeff
35.
DC.
But just to be clear, I just want to point out that he missed the most important one of them all. Superdog.
Crypto.
How could you miss Crypto? You start from Superman and named 35 and didn't name the dog.
Yes, because a lot of people don't even remember that he exists until now. He's going to be really, really famous shortly. So,
How do you mean? He actually just finished saving Superman in the clip that I see recently.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. He's going to be really famous in a little while.
He was also in
And they're
not
following
Teen
all they're
Titans.
following All
Super
Star
Pets.
Superman, by the way.
No. What's the name of that? The one we were looking at, um, the cartoon where it started with Titans, but ended up including all of them. The
Justice
TV
League,
series
Young
you're watching,
Justice.
Oh,
Young
Young
Justice.
Justice? Mhm.
Yeah, he
Yeah,
was in
Crypto is
there.
always in that. Yeah, Crypto
Mhm.
was there, and the alien vehicle. I forget the name of the vehicle. Shit, I could have
So
named
anyway,
characters on Young Justice, Aqualad, and
No, but that's
other
that's the whole
people.
point of the game. You start forgetting stuff. See, because I would have just stuck at Marvel. I've been looking at a whole damn Marvel list for the last 4 months,
Because
and they
tomorrow
put
I'm
it.
going to watch Thunderbolts. Like I'm amped for that shit.
wait, what's Thunderbolts again? Is that the
Thunderbolts is
people
the
from
number
the
one
moon?
Marvel movie in the last 5 years. My tickets are
Thun...
for 9:30 a.m. tomorrow. So that's where I'll be tomorrow.
They have a new Thunderbolts movie coming out?
It came out, it started Friday, and it's the
Oh,
best
Oh,
Marvel
it's not
movie in the
that
last.
Thunderbolts. It's not that Thunderbolts. This is Marvel's Thunderbolts, not
Yeah,
the other Thunderbolts with
it's
the
like
puppet.
Suicide Squad, but for Marvel.
okay. Didn't the Thunderbolts people like go? Wait,
The
is
one you're thinking about is
Florence Pugh is in it?
Yes.
yeah. The
Oh,
Thunderbolts that you thinking about is the one with the puppets and the mask and all that stuff. They
I don't
had
even know what that is.
me
yeah.
neither. You know more Thunderbolts than I do. Anyway, I think we are at 1 minute left before you get shut off.
Where is this damn clock?
The clock is here. I don't see the 40 minutes. Oh yeah, I do. We're at
I don't see the
we
clock, so
got
any second it can just shut off.
no,
That's
it's
what
like
happened last week.
at 29 minutes. Oh, remember they said to take it off of the recording, go to recording and take it off the display so it doesn't show our names.